Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Codes. Tasteless and Artosis here, back from MLG.
And it feels good to be back, Tasteless.
Yes.
Our ties are different colors, but they don't look like in the camera. No! Oh, how'd that happen?
We got the Easter egg color this time.
Oh, man. Well, Easter is coming up.
That's
so
true.
I guess
it's going with the season.
Works. But after Easter, man, we got to change this tie colors just the way it is. We don't want to look like fools up here, Tasteless.
No, we don't. It's true. Special thanks to our sponsors at Hot Six.
Yeah,
and
sponsoring us again. What a wonderful company they are.
That drink's actually really good.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have any here today, but
no,
we got to get on that. Make sure we.
I'll be on my Hot Six IV drip soon enough.
Yeah, no doubt.
Staying focused in these Codes games.
Oh.
We're early on in the season here. Sorry we couldn't be here for the very part of that. We were on an airplane. Also, feel free to check out the prediction part of our site where you can vote for who you think is actually going to win. This GSL group. It's a great way for you as a viewer to interact with the show, and actually it's really interesting for you and I because sometimes I'm very shocked by the poll results.
Yeah, sometimes it's like way off, like 3% for Supernova Advance wins the group.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just right on where it's like 60% of people, think this guy's going to make it, and then he does.
Also, the GSTL ticket sale is up.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there's some more information at the bottom of our screen here. But
you get discounts and stuff if you buy it soon. And you're going to want to watch GSTL.
Well, GSTL is just so awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. In fact, the finals of GSTL are going to be held at IPL. So make sure you check that out.
Go down
it's going to be in
there.
Las Vegas. And wonderful Caldor and Wolf going to be down there commentating that. I'm sure it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to watch. It's going to be one of those moments where you can, Vegas. You've been to Vegas only once, right?
No, I've been a few times.
You've been a few times?
I've been 3 or 4 times.
That's where I played at WCG, I think, down there a long time ago.
Yeah, I did too.
I managed to win some money, and then I lost it all because I was in Las Vegas. So
isn't that always the way? Yesterday, we had a big upset. Maru Prime advancing 2-0 in that group, winning the group in first place. Liquid Hero, fan favorite, in second place. Startails Curious, a very strong Zerg with a very normal style, in third. And then Gumiho, one of our big, talented surprises from last season.
I really thought he was going to do better.
Yeah, just going out in last place. The Towel Terran, man. And the thing is, he's one of the best Terrans in the whole world, and he went in last. That just shows you over these seasons, there's like 3 weeks in between each season. Players are training so hard that everything changes.
All right, let's take a look at today's matchup. Our first player, actually our 4 players, Alive, July, Zenio, and Marine King.
Marine King, fresh off of his MLG win. But let's talk about Alive first. This guy got top 4 last season. Played just fantastically the
really
whole way.
Did really well at MLG, one of the best TVTs in the world. Not much of a necessary introduction for this guy. July's
StarCraft II legend, and he just destroyed his up and down group. Then, of course, we have Zeno. He's been a little bit more quiet recently.
A little bit overshadowed.
Yeah, but he's always been a solid Zerg that's been hovering in Code A, Code S. And then, of course, Marine King. This guy has won the last 2 MLGs, but he wants a GSL Tasteless. He's been in the finals here 3 times. Can't manage to take one home, but he's broken that losing record with these last 2 MLGs, and he is ready.
Be riding on a wave. He was, of course, a player. He was always getting second place, and we always kind of felt bad for him when it occurs.
Yeah,
I'm sure he wants to be a champion. Well, that's changed.
That's true. Well, Fnatic Alive, this guy, he's an amazing Terran. Did very well this past weekend, but might be just slightly jet lagged. July Zerg, on the other hand, did not go, and surprised a lot of people when he won that up and down group he was in. It was a pretty hard group, but he played his standard July Zerg. A lot of cheeses, a lot of defense from cheese. People actually try to cheese this guy, Tasteless. Question, yes or no, do you try to bunker rush July Zerg?
No.
Of course not, but people were, and he won that group, and here he is, ready to make another stab at Code S.
All right, we're here in Seoul, Korea, the mecca of esports, going into game number 1, Alive against July Zerg. This is the GSL Code S. Yeah, I sort of bungled that intro. Got to get into the rhythm. All right, introducing our player in the upper right. He has, I think it's fair to say, the best Terran versus Terran in the world, but now here he is in a Terran versus Zerg. His ID is
Fnatic Alive.
His opponent, a legend in StarCraft 1, one of the 3 best Zergs of all time in StarCraft 1. He's here trying to prove himself in StarCraft 2. His ID is...
Started July.
Is it true? Someone once told me a stat that he won all of his tournaments in July.
Yeah, that was true.
But
he won all his championships.
Okay, so
were
that's not
in,
some like stupid or like esports, like urban legend.
No, I heard that from a reliable source. So unless he got tricked by the troll that tricked you, then I guess we're safe on that. But that's what I've heard. Unfortunately, it's not July, so I guess there's no way for him to win.
Sorry, buddy, we're screwed.
Okay, guys, I just do want to warn you all. The commentary level will be a little bit lower today. We don't have a computer to look around the game in, but that'll be fixed within the next couple days of Code S.
Yep.
And we will be back to our tip-top performance, but for today, it's going to be off.
For clarification, no, just so you guys understand, normally Artosis has a second, has another computer where he could look around in the game just in case we can't see anything. So
that's right.
We got our excuses out there now.
Yeah,
you can't criticize
just got to let you guys know. But anyways.
All right, look at these results. Talk about 2 guys who I guess are not really the favorites to get out of this group.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Marine King is probably going to dominate that poll, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, I think Alive actually has a really good chance. Alive just impresses me to no end. And the thing is, Marine King is playing like a god recently. Like, seriously. His play looks immaculate. He's definitely one of the very top Terrans in the world. But as far as TVT goes, I'm a big fan of Alive currently. He is unbelievably, unrealistically good at TVT.
Yeah, that is absolutely the case. He is so solid. Now we have the SCV continuing to check around here, and he monitors how many drones are mining gas. Is he pulling anything off?
And this is just a 1-Rax fast expansion into Reactor Hellion build, it looks like, from Alive. It's a great build for this map. You get a very fast expand. Notice he's going to harass a little bit with this Marine. If he can kill a drone, great. Already he's caused mining time to be lost. 4 lings are going to be made, and speed on the way for July Zerg. July Zerg's kind of funny the way he plays, man. He won't always just go hatch first. This guy, he's getting super quick Zergling speed, which, we're not used to seeing anymore in this matchup.
Do you think there's a possibility he's just going to mass sling
There's always that
appears
possibility.
to be a very quick command center on the low ground? We could confirm that.
With July Zerg, there's always that possibility. I mean, you have to admit that. He's someone that will just do... It's almost like he has a randomizer in his head on, how to destroy people.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because you can't really predict how he's going to do it, because he'll, on a map that's good for him, he'll all-in you. And then on a map that's bad for him, he'll play a macro game. But it's very random. You can't really predict it.
No, I think it's a very good way to put it. He's, I do feel like the way he plays the game is still so StarCraft 1-esque. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, certainly, yes. And, that's... In fact, that's actually one of the problems with his play. Even when he was one of the best...
When he was a finalist
in the world, his ZVZ was still far off because he was playing it exactly like it's StarCraft 1, and you just can't do that. Now, we do have 2 factories being made by Alive here, and that's a smart move. I love to see double factory play. I think it'll probably be Blue Flame Hellions he's getting instead of double reactor. With Blue Flame, you can actually continue to tech up with it. It's not all-in. Double reactor Hellion, though, is pretty all-in overall. Oh, wow. Nice scout.
He's going to get to
the
see.
Queen will get it. Oh, he sees that they're
He does
hard.
see Link speed.
Mm-hmm. But he's making Hellions, and there's 6 roaches, 7 roaches on the way for July Zerg. So looks like he's going to do some sort of attack here.
All right, so I think when he saw that Link speed, he actually did not get the tech lab there on the factory. Instead, he decided that he needs to go ahead and just get as many Hellions out now because it might be too late.
Well, we're going to see a Roach Baneling all in here. And with a lot of Hellions being made, he catches them. And July Zerg has to be swift now with this. His Baneling Nest over halfway done. 18 Lings in production right now. And we do have a single bunker, but he's got to be careful. He needs to get Siege Chinks out, and Alive knows that. That's exactly what he's doing. And in fact, he may want to abandon that low ground, to be honest. This is going to be pretty hard to hold on to.
Yeah, he may have to just lift. All right,
Oh,
that's a lot of
man.
banelings. 13 of them, 14 of them on the way now.
That is just a ton of banelings, Tasteless, and they're going to break through. The repairing is not going to do anything. He thinks it's just roaches right now, but he's going to find out that it's not. He may want to go up onto the high ground from here, Tasteless. This is going to be really, really scary. And in
Siege
fact,
mode
going up to the high ground, but leaving so many Marines there. Oh, pops 3 out of the last second. Beautiful move there. And he has to leave those Marines outside. He's got to see, can he hold this? Those banelings.
Depot down.
He's going to get. No, he messed up. Julizerg messing up his targeting terribly bad. And Alive is going to hold, but only because Julizerg screwed that up very, very badly on that depot. He had more than enough banelings to break through there, Tasteless.
The game could have just ended there.
Yes.
It absolutely could have.
No, and actually it should have. He had his Lings attacking the depot. If he had pulled those back, hit all the banelings instantly, there would have been no repairing, and he could have gotten up the ramp into the base with Roach Zergling. And at that point, it's going to come down to micro, but there's going to be a lot of SCV losses no matter what. When we look at the state of the game right this second, I got to say, Julizerg's in some trouble here. And in fact, he's not even going to go into mech. He's just going to add some barracks because he realizes, Julizerg really isn't going to have anything. He just spent all his money on that attack. What did it do? It killed a depot and a bunker.
Depot, yeah.
It really killed nothing.
And I believe 3 Marines.
That was just a lot of fail from Julizerg on that, unfortunately. And normally he executes stuff like that really well because he does it so often. Smallest mistakes, man. And he'll keep you alive.
No, this looks like it's going to be a 2-base timing push with Marines and siege tanks.
Yeah.
Okay, luckily for Julizerg, he's getting a macro hatch and not a 3rd base. But Julizerg is definitely in trouble.
The fact that he's going for Spire scares me for his life in this game, Tasteless, because as you said, more barracks are being added. He's making a lot of siege tanks. And the timing attack that's going to roll out right before any mutas or right after any mutas, the thing is he's not going to have enough mutas to make any sort of difference. There's going to be a ton of Marines and a ton of siege tanks. And then what are you going to do? It's going to be unbelievably hard to solve. Now, of course, if Alive wants, he can go into a 3rd base if he says, you know what, I just feel so confident late game against Julizerg, which, well, he probably should. Julizerg is better in the mid game by far in the early game.
Really nice control here.
That's very nice.
That was really impressive. To see how much he came out on top there. Julizerg, no survivors there.
And all 4 gases being taken by Alive. Got to get those upgrades going. Already has 4 siege tanks and 19 Marines. It's pretty hardcore. He has a lot of units right now, Tasteless. And a single engineering bay on the way, which is the right thing to do. He's going to need some turrets to hold off any Middle's harassment.
A little bit of an interception here, but at the same time, the Marines do come up here to save the day. 12 mutas, a dozen mutas.
Yeah, man. Soon he's going to make that into a baker's dozen.
Oh my God! I was trying to think of a baker's dozen joke.
Well,
wait, is it a baker's dozen 6?
No, it's 13.
It's 13?
Yeah, because when you bake, you put in a little bit more, because doesn't everything taste better with a little bit more?
Yeah, it does.
And you know why we think that? Because we're American. Okay, so.
All right, the mutas are out, passing over the waterfall.
Yeah, now this is a good amount of mutas, man. 12 mutas right now? That's quite a few. He took a little bit of a risk getting that many this quickly.
He did kill up a few Marines, which are the response to Mutalisks. But there's no turret here.
God.
What the hell?
He wasn't thinking mutas would come quite this quickly after all that gas was spent on Roach Baneling, because normally you're going to have a few more units made, maybe start a few more upgrades. But Julizerg just rushed right up to it and hit a nice little timing that Alive was not ready for, as we see here. Killing off actually a lot of SCVs.
All right, one muta was picked up there. Whoa.
He's killed 24 SCVs now. Don't forget, some of those were killed in the initial rush.
Okay, so this triggered the push from Alive. Alive saying, okay.
Now, the important part here is there is no Baneling speed. Those 2 Hellions were just kind of to scout what's going on. Yeah, but without Baneling speed, and there you go, no Baneling speed. He's going to be able to siege tank push his way forward. He's got to be careful, though. He's not sieged right now. He needs to siege up. Where are the rest of his siege tanks? Only 2 of them right here. He's going to have to target those down. Oh, beautiful tank shot right there. But the Marines are going to have to run. And there they are, way far behind. He's had those tanks forever, and this was a bungle here by Alive. Imagine if he has all 4 of those sieged before the Banelings get in. He has 5 times the amount of units he has now. Julizerg would have nothing. So Julizerg actually just got ahead because Alive had everything spread out. You're supposed to have it all clumped up as you go down and be very careful to have them siege before any Banelings or Zerglings run up to you.
Yeah, I almost had to do a double take there when I saw the 2 tanks.
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
Wait a minute.
I actually can't believe he did it like that. That's you need your tanks together. You need to start leapfrogging them when you get anywhere near that creep, because the Banelings are going to fly off that creep even without speed very quickly.
Well, looks like the game is now seesawed back into July's favor.
Yeah, it certainly has.
You know, when you lose tanks like that, the tanks, they don't come out as quickly as the Marines, so losing like 4 or 5 tanks like that kind of takes away any positional advantage you could have or any pushing advantage. You really don't get to have much map presence at all.
Yeah. Well, right now, 1-1 is finished for the Zerglings. We have 51 drones to 37 SCVs. That third base is up, and he knows where this drop is. Plenty of lings, too. This drop's going to do absolutely nothing. Alive's not even really looking at it anymore. In fact, a waste of APM to even drop those 2 Marines out there. I was like, oh, he's so smart, he's not going to drop any Marines out. He's busy doing other things. He did anyways. It's just something that's built into your brain as a Terran player. But July Zerg is in great shape, man. Look at that. Got his 6 gas already. And, I mean, we're going to see Alive try to get some drop action going, but July actually has decent creep spread, which is something that in the past we never saw from July, but looks like he's working on it a little bit.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's no DRG creep spread. But
this is no seal creep spread.
No.
They would already be over halfway through the map, but July's are doing a fine job of it, actually. And that it just basically it connects all his bases right now and gives him a little bit more vision, so that's good. Oh, and very quick. July's are actually on top of his game here. Getting out of there in 2 seconds flat, losing maybe 1 drone.
He's microing back behind the minerals. And, again, another failed attack by Alive. I actually just see Alive losing this game.
Yeah, July is up by 24 supply right now. And, you know, we don't even have SCV production going on anymore. You know, Alive is saying, well, you know, I have a lot of SCVs from my main base. It's going to run out. I got to hit a timing attack.
Let's see if he can push a little bit better this time. Keep those siege tanks together.
Now, this is actually an important timing because 2-2 is halfway done. And if he waited till after 2-2 when he's not upgrading anymore here with only 1-1, then the Zergling Baneling would just crush him when he gets on creep. It would just eat through his army. It would be silly. So he needs to get a lot of damage done before that 2-2 upgrade is done.
All right,
and
here
look
they
at this.
Now.
A ton of Zerglings coming in, and the Banelings, a lot of them hitting the siege tank there, but some of them will come up and connect. And in fact, July Zerg.
The last few Banelings connected really well. It would have been a different outcome otherwise, but yeah, the first few Banelings hitting the siege tank, I was a little bit shocked by that. And it looks like Alive's going to keep on trying to push. I was about to ask you to check on our previous screen if there was a 3rd command center, but we don't know.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We will know in a day or 2. I'm so sorry about that. Little mistake. It's fine, though. It'll get fixed. Anyways, more Banelings being morphed. The 2-2 is about to finish, man. And basically, this game is over. July's up by 40 supply. He's got that 3rd base. We have no 3rd base for Alive. July continues to kill off his units. He has better upgrades in just a few seconds here. And all Alive is doing is this constant pushing off 2 base, which is not going to be enough. Look at this, a nice flank coming in from July Zerg. Got to be careful with those Banelings. Try not to waste them.
This may be the killing blow.
Beautiful micro. Look at that micro. Some of the best I've seen, but everything will go down anyways because that is a lot of mutas still. 15 mutas on the map. His opponent only has 9 Marines.
It's 67 supply to 134.
Ouchies.
No, July Zerg's being very smart. He's making the Banelings the moment he sees them leave.
Yeah, and that's about how much time you need.
Yeah, you can basically make Banelings in real time.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good way to put it. And GG. All right, July's are taking game 1 against Alive. And, you know, Alive made a very serious blunder that game. That one attack that he came down with the 4 siege tanks and a bunch of Marines, that would have ended the game. You're absolutely right, Tasteless. He could have killed July with that if he just controlled his army perfectly, but he attacked, moved it in a line. It seems like the siege tanks just were stuck behind something and then finally got out. If he has all 4 siege tanks together, if he sieges them before the Banelings are too close to his army, then he wins that battle by far. It's actually silly. He just crushes all the Banelings, then the Marines clean everything else up.
You know, here's the truth of the matter is Alive knows exactly what he did wrong there.
Yeah. Oh, of course. When you lose that army like that, you're like, wait a what? I stopped your Baneling Roach all in terribly badly, and then you just crushed my army? Well, it's because you just did not control your army correctly.
Well, we're going to be going into game number 2. What is the map?
It is going to be Entombed Valley.
Entombed Valley. This should be another great game. I think it's going to be one where the third base for July and Alive will be a little bit easier to take.
That's
the
true.
Fourth base for the Zerg can be tricky.
I wonder if we'll see a 2-racks here. Terrans oftentimes do like 2-racks on this map. It's a pretty good build here. And Zergs on most Zergs don't really like this map.
This is the map where you could do that bunker rush. You could park the Marine like in a corner, put a bunker in front of him, right? And then like use that to push the high ground.
Yeah. That's I don't know if that's still available at all spots. This is a slightly altered version from the version on the ladder, but we will see about that.
All right, game number 2 here.
Pace, your prediction. Can Alive crush July here?
He certainly can. I don't know if he will. It's quite possible Alive is jet lagged from the trip.
Oh yeah, definitely could be.
You saw me about an
Was
hour.
he on our flight? I think he was. Yeah.
He might have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was on our flight. So he got back last night, that means. So, he's had a day to rest. In fact, Todd told us he woke him up right before they came here.
As long as you got enough sleep. I woke up at 9 a.m. this morning and I'm like, oh, God. Oh, no.
I just slept like 15 hours after I got home. I feel great.
All right, game number 2, July against Alive, here in the GSL Codex.